Hi everybody, it's Dandruff with your news cartridge for Monday, September 25th, 2017. A little correction of Friday's episode. The Overwatch maps that were removed are from the Deathmatch and Team Deathmatch modes, not from either casual or ranked play. Sorry about the mix-up. Today's news begins with PC games. WWE 2K18 has been confirmed to release to PC the same day it releases to console on October 17th. And then Call of Duty World War II can be preloaded right now on PC to prepare for the beta, which begins this Friday, September 29th, and lasts all the way until October 2nd. Everything is handled through Steam. All you have to do is download it and come join my Discord if you want to play along with me. Moving on to two Sonic the Hedgehog stories, and I couldn't figure out which of these to put first, so we're gonna start with Hooters. Stop it, stop it. I can already hear the angry typing now. Hooters the restaurant is partnering up with Sega to promote the upcoming Sonic Forces. And then the other story is that Sonic Forces already has a discount offered for both PS4 and Xbox One in the UK, which doesn't release for another 5 weeks. Usually we see discounts for PC games for pre-order, but it's a little bit odd for console. The reason why I couldn't figure out which of these to put first is because they're kind of telling that this game might not be very good. Moving on from there, Pokemon Gold and Silver are both back on the top selling charts again in the UK for the first time in 16 years. Gold version hit 18th place and Silver version hit 21st. In other news of games selling well, PUBG, because of course I can't stop talking about it and I can't stop playing it either. Over the weekend, it broke its own record and made it much harder for the next big hit to take its place as it surpassed over 1.5 million concurrent players. It doesn't seem like there's anything stopping it at the moment, and let me know how high you think the record will be in the comment section down below. And then we have even more information about Bluehole being upset about the Battle Royale mode in Fortnite, explaining that this isn't a case of a similar game style, this has to do with the game engine itself. Bluehole fears that Epic may modify the Unreal Engine 4 to better facilitate Battle Royale, and then not distribute that to other developers. And then in turn, there's the possibility that any modifications that Bluehole makes to UE4 have to be reported back to Epic, or possibly Epic even owns those modifications since the software is licensed to Bluehole. Turns out the situation is more complicated than I had originally thought, and stay tuned to News Cartridge for more updates on PUBG. Next up is a game I rarely talk about, Sea of Thieves. A representative of Rare explained that there were plans to include platform exclusive sales for the ships for both PC and Xbox One, further explaining that they did not do this because they feared that it would spark the console wars rivalries again. And I personally think that the console wars are stupid. I'd rather be spending my time playing games than arguing about whose hardware is better. However, I think this would have been a good addition because I think some friendly rivalries can be a good thing, and just because you're a PC player doesn't automatically make you an ally in video games. But then again, there's those people who would take it too far and ruin it for everyone else. But what do you think? Would adding the flags lead to some more high-C shenanigans, or just more of the same toxic behavior of yelling at each other over whose box is better? Let me know in the comment section down below. From there, we go on to the Chinese Room, developer of games like Everybody's Gone to the Rapture and Dear Esther. They have announced that they are, quote, going dark for an undetermined period of time, and have laid off most of their staff. They have made many claims, all of which make complete sense to me, like not having enough money to stay in operation, that they needed complete assets in order to show off an immersive experience, and rushing those assets leads to an inferior product. But they need to do this in order to show off their game and build up some hype around it, otherwise it's really hard to market before it launches. Again, all of these reasons I completely understand and agree with, and I hope at some point the Chinese Room can get off their feet and open their doors once again. Moving on to Shadow of War, and game director Bob Roberts explaining the use of loot boxes, and the one quote I want you to take away from this is where he said, "It's complicated." He explains that microtransactions were turned off during playtesting, and people who want to play without buying any of them won't feel as though they have to in order to progress. But therein lies the whole problem. As soon as you do spend money on this game, it offsets the whole pace by making it easier. You can be stronger than everything from the start as long as you're willing to pay up. The people out there who want all of the DLC to satisfy the completionist in them, or the people with more money than sense, will completely change the pace. It's not that complicated, really. In the end, other than pure greed, there is no reason for loot boxes to be included in this single-player game. On to a story that's currently developing. YouTuber Rags has had his Origin account penalized and his multiplayer disabled due to activity that he's been accused of while playing FIFA 17. The one small problem with this is he does not own, nor has he played FIFA 17, and he does not understand how he could be in violation for a game he doesn't own and has never played. I share that confusion. To add to the frustration, he inquired as to why his account was suspended, and EA's response was to reassure him that they had taken the appropriate action and would not explain why. Stay tuned to News Cartridge to see if his account is restored, and let me know in the comment section down below if you're a fan of Frags. I love the guy. And finally, that brings us to our main topic today, and holy crap, it's a beautiful day. So you would think that me telling you that nearly 2% of all games released on the Steam this year being removed from the storefront is a bad thing, but I am here to tell you, good riddance to bad rubbish. Zonitron Productions, also known as Silicon Echo, also known as Digital Irony, also known as Netfork Studios, also known as Crimson Duck Studios, also known as Goo Blitz Games, also known as Flute Productions, also known as Digital Carrot Productions, also known as Anteater Games, have been removed from Steam. The number of games this developer has cranked out is absolutely disgusting, and they have released more than 100 games to Steam this year alone. Why they were able to produce this many games are because all of them are referred to as asset flips, which are buying assets from various stores, using them in a free engine like Unity or Unreal Engine 4, and then just shoving that out the door. It is at this time that I must thank my friend SVD, Sir Violent Death, for following every step that Zonitron took, updating this spreadsheet every single time there was a new release. For months, he had been working on this just to show their behavior and let it speak for itself. These are people who are hoping that just one of their games gets Steam trading cards so they can start raking in that cash. Today marks the day that will never happen. Currently though, as of the writing of this episode, there is no official statement from either Valve or Zonitron as to the reasoning why these games were removed. It doesn't seem to be so simple like it was with Digital Homicide. We can speculate as to why though, such as their games not working properly and therefore causing a huge influx in requests for refunds and therefore not making it profitable for Valve anymore. Possibly due to a DMCA claim over music from Mass Effect that appeared in a series of their games which they probably didn't have the rights to use. Or due to the manipulation of the Steam API that allowed them to replace whole games with a completely different product. The end result being sneaking a game onto Steam Greenlight without the public or Valve's approval or even knowledge. I'm sure you can see why Valve would be upset by that last one. Not only would people like Zonitron get something they don't deserve, but now Valve has to get up off their ass and fix it. Oh well, all's well that ends well, and today is a great day. Can't wait for tomorrow when we figure out the end of that Alex Maurer situation. Have you played any of Zonitron's awful games? Are you happy they're gone? Let me know in the comment section down below. Hooray! We don't have to deal with their shitty games anymore. It's tomorrow's game releases. For PC, DreamWorks Voltron VR Chronicles, Danganronpa V3 Killing Harmony, Blue Reflection, Pinball FX3, Ninja Showdown, Ruiner, Doodle Jamboree, 2MD VR Football, Mars Rising, Eve Valkyrie Warzone, Astro, The Guild 3, Velnir Rock, Hob, Raid, World War II, About Elise, Mutant Football League, Placement, Cloudborne, Duel of Summoners, the Mabinogi trading card game, and Flipped. For PlayStation 4, Danganronpa V3 Killing Harmony, Hob, Ruiner, Don't Starve Megapack, FIFA 18, Blue Reflection, Pinball FX3, Light Tracer, Fallout 4 Game of the Year Edition, Batman, The Enemy Within, Episode 2, The Pact, DreamWorks Voltron VR Chronicles, SteamWorld Dig 2, Splasher, Eventide 2, The Sorcerer's Mirror, DW VR, Fragments of Him, Mecho Tales, and Lightfield. For Xbox One, Don't Starve Megapack, FIFA 18, Pinball FX3, Fallout 4 Game of the Year Edition, Ruiner, Batman The Enemy Within Episode 2, The Pact, and Splasher. For PlayStation Vita, Danganronpa V3 Killing Harmony, and SteamWorld Dig 2. Thank you very much, everybody. This has been News Cartridge. I am Dandruff. I will see you tomorrow. And I tried calling Stephen Hawking many times, but I keep getting his answering machine. So in the past, I've made Stephen Hawking's jokes before. I love Stephen Hawking's. He's a great guy. Stephen Hawking or Stephen Hawking's. I don't know, actually. I think it's Hawking. I don't know that I know. But I love the guy. Brilliant man. And people have kind of, like, in the past, a long time ago, people have ragged on me about doing Stephen Hawking jokes. As far as I can tell, he doesn't mind. He likes the jokes. He's got a great sense of humor. He knows what he is. He knows he's half robot. We all know he is, okay? That's some sort of robot with a person attached. It's not the other way around. No. I love you, Stephen Hawking. You're a wonderful, brilliant man. I thank you for allowing me to make fun of you. I don't mean anything by it. You're a great guy. Like, it's all good. Peace, Hawking. Peace. fuck? What am I doing? So car going by outside with a wild buffer. So everybody, I have acquired it. Here it is. I want to show this off because I am in love with it. This is the greatest thing that's happened to me since sliced bread. I have this giant freaking Charizard. Oh my god, look at it. It's so huge. Oh my god, it's so big. This is the thing that I've been wanting for a long time now. And yes, as Dolphin V had asked, I'm probably going to be getting a P.O. box soon at some point. So if you want to send me Pokemon plushies, I'll have a P.O. box to do that. Please send me Pokemon plushies. I've got 5 now currently. I've got the Togepi, I've got the Jigglypuff, I've got the Charizard, and we've got an Umbreon and a Flareon. Those are downstairs. Those were on sale at Toys R Us. I bought them there. So, yes, totally happy to have that. That is great. Got to keep it away from my daughter because my daughter thinks it's hers. It's not. It's Daddy's. Mine. Other than that... So I tried to talk to Nayla from Compulsion Games today via Twitter. I had shown her and Sam Abbott the latest Jimquisition, which is about AAA indie games. And they showed Senua's Sacrifice and how well that game did without a physical release, without any bullshit, blah, 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 DLC, season pass, all this, that, the next thing. They showed how good it was. Well... yeah, Nayla and I had some conversation. She had mentioned some things. This is all publicly available on Twitter. This wasn't a private conversation. This is all public on Twitter. I must reemphasize this. Public on Twitter. We had a back and forth. I thought everything was okay. I thought things were going great. Then Mr. Abbott showed up and pretty much just wanted to shut down the conversation. Just done. This is done. We move on, he said. He said, move on. I don't work like that, man. I don't work like that. That's not how I work. You may work like that. That's not how I work. If you're going to say things... okay, first of all, I didn't say nothing in the beginning. I didn't say nothing. All I did was post at Sam Abbott, at Scarlet something. It was Nayla's name. I forget her Twitter handle. Link to Jimquisition. That's how this all started out. I didn't message anybody. This wasn't during a message. This is a mention. I mentioned them. I don't know. It's if somebody's asking you questions and they're not like obviously blatantly like, hey, why's your face look like that? Like, now I'm going to get lots of comments of, hey, why's your face look like that? Well, because it is. All right, like, really, if you're not getting questions like that, if they're questions that pertain to the situation, to what's going on, the subject at hand, they're not rude questions, okay? I don't feel as though I said anything rude up until the point where I told Abbott that he was great at his job or something. I told, wonderful, very, wonderful marketing or something, wonderful professionalism. I forget what it was exactly. But I told, we should get more joy. I don't want to be a downer. Do you have any more joy? Like, referencing his own game. I don't know. That guy, I don't want to hate that guy. Sam. Not Nayla. Get Sam. Sam. I don't hate you, man. I don't hate you. Can we talk about, at one point, Sam, could we, do you like cooking? Do you like fishing? Is there a sport you like? I don't like sports, but I'm willing to, hey, man, if you like baseball, you like football, I'll learn about something. Let's find some common ground, Sam. Come on, man. We don't got to be at each other's throats. That's not what I'm trying to do. I'm just trying to ask questions, not be at your throat. If you don't want to answer my question, you don't have to. You really don't. You don't have to say anything to me. I respect that. I'll respect you don't say anything to me. I'm not going to go ragging on you like, oh, you didn't say nothing. It's like, no, if you don't want to say anything, there's probably a reason why you either can't say anything or you don't want to. And rather than try to do whatever, if you want to try to just leave it as it is, I felt as though if you wouldn't have replied at all, I would have been fine today. My responding to Nayla was more like, oh, I want to try to figure out, how do I say this thing to her? I'm a little bit, how do I do this? I was trying to figure out how to go about this, how to ask the questions I want to ask and get answers to those questions, regardless of whether or not I like the answer. But that was all happening, and then Sam just steps in. Done. Sam, I don't want beef, man. I don't want beef. At this point, I don't even want the damn code anymore. He had offered me a code a long time ago on the podcast. I haven't asked him for it. I've kind of just been like waiting for him to give it to me. I would graciously accept it, but I feel as though asking for it at this point would be rude. So, Nayla, if you see this and you're willing to give me a code, I would graciously accept it. Thank you. I would. So, let's get I didn't talk about today's bit at all. We're running out of time, too. I only got 3 more minutes on the end card. This is going to be a long end card, too, as it is. So, yeah, fuck Zonitron, fuck Silicon Echo. I am so happy that I'm going to have to do less curation in video games. However, there are still more and more asset flippers out there. We are not done with the asset flippers, and my camera is about to die because of heat. Social media links are over here, everybody. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to hit that like button if you like it. Be sure to hit that Patreon button if you love me, and I love you too. Click over here, subscribe to my wonderful loving channel, and click over here to watch Friday's episode where we talked about GameStop not wanting to sell Nintendo Switches unless they were with a bundle. Bye, everybody!